Captain Marvel's origin story, powers, and movie changes explained. Warning ahead. Carol Danvers AKA's origin and powers have changed quite a bit from the comics for her MCU debut. The character's pop, the movie functions as Captain Marvel's origin story, but with a twist. Carol Danvers' journey from U.S. Air Force personnel to a premier superhero of the Marvel Universe is marked of warring alien races, doomed mentors, and love interests, not mention erratically changing power sets, so the challenges in adapting the character for the MCU are not inconsiderable. Harry's Everything, last updated March 7, 2019. In the Marvel comic books of the late 60s, Carol Danvers was not the first to carry the mantle of Captain Marvel. That distinction before his death, Mar-Vell had been engaged in a battle with an old superior officer/jealous love rival from the Kree military named Yon-Rogg. Yon-Rogg had killed. In 2012, Carol finally accepted the mantle of Captain Marvel following a team-up against the Phoenix Force with a briefly resurrected Mar-Vell. Considering the Captain Marvel as usually witnessed in big-screen superheroes, Carol already is targeted by the Skrulls for her knowledge which points to Earth. Chasing the Shapit, once discovering the truth, Carol allies with and the Skrulls. She successfully, evidently, there's a lot of differences between the Captain Marvel comic origin story and that of the movie. The period setting, subscribe for the hottest movie, TV, and gaming news. ****, I agree to let Screen Rant send me emails.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.